Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a long time since I posted a video. Last time I posted one, it was about some property I had down in Central Florida, and I've sold that since then. Mainly making this video just to pass on some information that has happened to me. I don't edit anything. I don't know nothing about YouTube. I'm like the rest of you out there. And then, in short or video watching, I don't try to preach doom. I try to preach what's good. But since then, I sold the property, and I am enjoying the retired life. I'm 63 years old, gonna be 64, dealing with some health problems like most of you all have at my age. I like to do kind of things. I do things around the house. Like I said, I don't edit, so it's going to be kind of rambling for a little bit. But I have had some heart issues with AFib since 2020. And I think with some of that COVID, maybe I shouldn't say that. They'll probably knock at me for that. But I think it was something to do with that disease or pandemic that was running around that they don't want to call the name. Like I said, I don't edit. We'll see how it goes. But in 2020, I was diagnosed with AFib after I had something that went on for 2 months, and I coughed for 4 months after that. And if any of y'all ever drinking before, and what I call coughing up your where you could taste the hair, you know what I'm talking about. I was coughing so much. So after a little bit, I went to a tractor trailer driver, and I went to have my annual physical, and they found out I had some kind of irregular heartbeat. And make a long story short, I did have AFib. Went to I found my doctor. Didn't know much about things like that. Didn't even know to put me on aspirin right off the get-go. I guess that's the number one thing whenever you find out that you have AFib, is get you on aspirin. Well, she didn't even know that. I finally got a hold of a cardiologist, got into him, and he goes, "Yep, you got some AFib." And he didn't think it was anything to do with a pandemic. Let me say what I am. I was a 5-miler runner, 3 to 4 days, or 4 to 5 days a week. I was healthy as a horse, 220 something pounds, 215 pounds in that area. Like I said, I don't edit, and will make some mistakes. So I was just baffled that I had any kind of health problems. And he looked at me so casually, he says, "Yep, this comes on to people. Usually I find out people that have this, they know they get AFib, is when they've had a stroke." I'm like, wow. He said, "Yep, you're lucky you got it found out on a physical." I'm thinking to myself, I'm thinking, yep, I'm lucky. And I'm thinking, well, what if I hadn't have found it? But like I said, we live one day at a time. Maybe I'm not always looking at the camera at your face, but know that like I said, I'm just getting back in here, and I'm not no professional YouTuber or anything. I'm just like the rest of you, like everybody else. Everybody wants to think there's something, and they're just like me, regular old Joe shit the rag man. But anyway, I've been dealing with that since 2020. My weight ballooned up to 289 pounds. In February, today is July 25th, 2026. In February of this year, I had to go in hospital because I had congestive heart failure. I was working in the yard. I've always, since I retired in 2024, August 2024, been working in the yard, doing everything. Got a little lightheaded at times, but nothing crazy. A week or so leading up to where I had to go in the hospital, I started hearing a rattle in my breathing at night. I mean a rattle. And I was like, what the hell? And to make it go away, as soon as I sat up on the side of my bed, stood up, that went away. As I let it go for a couple days, I noticed it getting worse and worse. And I said, well, it started concerning me then. I called my doctor, tried to get in. He goes, best thing you could probably do is go to the emergency room. Called my son, who's a paramedic, and I should have called him first because he hit the nail on the head. He said, Dad, you need to go and get yourself looked at the emergency room. So I grabbed a shower. I wasn't panicky or anything like that. I grabbed a shower, got my wife up, let her sleep in. That's what she likes to do. So we went to the emergency room. Got over there, and they're looking at me, and they go, yep, you're in congestive heart failure. And I'm weighing 289 pounds, holding all that fluid and everything. And the gamut started running then, and so they did all kinds of little tests. They gave me the Lasix. It was the best thing they did, and after about 3 or 4 hours, I was back to normal. No rattle in my chest, dropped a lot of weight. But once you go to a hospital, emergency room, they don't want to turn loose of you. They ran every kind of scan they wanted to. Echocardiogram. They ran catheter up through me into my heart. Found out, nope, didn't have any blockages. I knew I didn't have any blockages, but just because of the way I am and knowing my body, I knew I didn't have anything like that. But they did that, and it proved that yes, I didn't have any blockages and everything. But make a short story short, I had to wear a life vest thing that they call that shocked you, which gave me more anxiety than actually having the AFib and having the congestive heart failure. They put me on some drugs, got my rhythm back down in it, and my heartbeat down. My heartbeat was going sky high. It was up in the 100 and something, which I didn't know it was supposed to be that high, and it had been that high since I initially found out in 2020 that it was high. Now, my heart, it was like 130, 140. Now it's 69, between 50 and 69, 59 and 70. It's where it should be. And I'm on a drug. I'm not no doctor or anything like that, and I'm not suggesting anything. But anyway, I got out of that hospital, and I had the Lasix, and I got and had the finest medical care that I could get in where I live. And I live in Cocoa, Florida. But I had the finest medical care that I could get. Well, they got me straightened out, and then I had to go find me another cardiologist because my cardiologist had moved way to another county. And anyway, I'm on a drug now that's got my rhythm, my heartbeat in check. I've lost from 289, I'm down to 218 now. I'm going to explain how I did that in another video, not as any medical advice, but advice for people that were like me. I grilled, ate pretty much whatever I wanted, and was able to keep working. Don't get me wrong, I did everything. Yard work, mowing, painting, jumping up on the roof and everything. Getting up there and doing what it takes to take care of a home. But I'm going to let you know what I did to get from 289 down to 218 pounds. I went from a double X, almost triple X, and I'm back in an extra large now. I want to thank you. Like I said, I don't edit. Somebody may see this and go, that's the stupidest video I ever seen. But like I said, it's my life. This is Bud Roast Island. I'm going to catch you on another one. Thank you so much.